Cheers. Today's the day. I've been talking about it since mid-November. Actually, before that, telling you guys I want to get a kayak after the new year. I went Tuesday. I got a new kayak. So I sold the Pelican Challenger 100. Pour one out for your homie, but in your mouth. And I got something new here to show you. I'm taking it out tomorrow, but tonight I'm just going to go through the setup. I've got to put the drive together. I've got to get the rudder on. I hope you like what I got. I'm excited. For those who've been watching a while, you know my kayak was a budget kayak. It was $249. A link to the video below where you can see it is there. Before we get into that, let's take a minute and pay a quick respect to that kayak that I spent the last 2 years almost every weekend. My butt in the seat, learning how to fish, having a great time. It was a great kayak, but it's time to move on.
It's time!
For one, we got my best friend here helping out, my buddy Knox. He's my pal, my best friend. We work together all day since I work from home. What we have here is the Pelican Catch 110. Now, unfortunately, I want to do this outside today, but I got off work late, a little bit late every day this week, so there was no sunlight. And then when I finally did get off at a decent time today, being Friday, it was raining, and I didn't want to do this outside because I still have to put together the Pelican Hydrve and put it down inside there. I still have to put the rudder on, which I thought I'd do here on camera because that should be pretty cool. So what you're seeing with the lighting, it's not the best situation. I'm actually carrying my ring light, and remove that, and we're just moving along the kayak, trying to keep everything lit. It's kind of awkward and inconvenient. When I start working on the Hydrve, I'm probably going to put the light in the seat, and we'll put the Hydrve together right here on the base. Hopefully the camera's back far enough so you can get a good visual. If not, I'll take it out, put it on a stand. But I'm excited here. Just a quick walkthrough before we get to putting everything together. So I got my helper. The Pelican Challenger 100 just had ropes with a little handle coming off. It wasn't very comfortable. This feels really good when you lift it. Feels sturdy. Pelican Premium. So the last one just said Pelican. I guess they didn't view it as a premium on the label. We got bungee cords up here up front. So this is pretty cool. Our bungee cords were not in the front on the first one. First one didn't even have like pad eyes on any of it. It was just some little J hooks. But this is cool. There is no front hatch, but there is clearly a spot molded out, so you could easily put a hatch in there if you wanted to. I don't think I'm going to. We'll see how it goes. I do want to do some camping this year, so maybe I do a nice camping kayak fishing trip. Drill it out, put a hatch in there, and I can use it to hold my stuff when I'm going on long water trips from campsite to campsite. We have the mold, of course, the hole here that our Hydrve 2 is going to go in. The Hydrve 2 is molded after the old Hobie Mirage pedal drives. So when the patent runs out, other companies are quick to jump on it, and that's exactly what Pelican did. So my pedal system is the Hydrve 2. It's the upgraded version. I'm sure it's still going to have issues at some point, but it does seem really good based on what I've read online, so maybe not. I got these lovely Scotty mounts, Scotty tracks, Scotty rails, whatever you want to call them. I've got 4 of them. All 4 are up front. I do wish they had included some in the back, but with 4 of these, I'll be good. I don't have to mold to put any rod holders in there. I can get a kayak mount or a camera mount. I can get a camera mount to go right in there. A couple rod holders when I want to catfish, and not have to do any drilling into my kayak to do what I want to do. There's my professional helper. Alright, and here's what everybody needs. Have a drink. what is holding my drink. It's not inside the bungee cord because it's a wine glass. But you can see we have molded cup holders. These can hold plain old tackle boxes, or they can hold your beverage or whatever else you want to put in there. So good storage. Plenty of room in here. You know, I was looking at the Catch 130, but it was so big. It's just me, and I'm putting this on top of my SUV. At 67 pounds, that's without the seat and the Hydrve. That's a good deal. I can take the seat out at any time, take the drive out and transport it, and we're good. Comes with one solo pad eye here. Why just one? I don't know. I may add others over time, but I doubt it. I will say I do wish the seat was higher, but I've been watching Reddit and I've seen where people are using PVC to make the seat higher. You know, you just get a couple of cup wings about an inch higher, and it'll ease with standing up. We have a nice side handle over there that'll help when I'm picking it up to go on top of the SUV. We got the rudder system here, and I'll say this feels really good. I've seen where some of them just look like tiny rails, you know, little square pieces of metal, but that's got some nice cushion on the side. I don't think it would matter much, but it does have it. This seat that's occupied by my helper, it has little pockets here. You can put stuff in, you know, tools on this side, I would think, and I don't know what you'd put there. If you were a redneck, you'd put a can of dip there, but I don't know what I'll put. I haven't done that in years. All right. You got a little pouch here on the seat. That's for added lumbar support. If you wanted to put something back there, you could. You got pull straps here so you can adjust the angle of how upright you sit, but I did sit in it. It felt fine just the way it was, so I don't think I'm going to adjust it immediately. To keep the seat from falling out, you have this strap that goes through it. So to release it, you do just like you would on a kayak strap pulley for a car. Just loosen it up and let it out. You got this awesome little rod holder already built in. I actually have a rod holder kit that I bought in anticipation of putting on the Pelican Challenger 100. I don't need to. It's grooved right here so your paddle fits in. I did keep my Magellan carbon fiber paddle. I sold my original paddle with it. I didn't want to keep a heavy one. I thought about selling the other paddle and keeping more money, but I'm like, if that drive ever fails, I'm gonna want a good paddle to get around with this thing. We have two rod holders, one on each side, both face backwards. I'm cool with that. It would have been nice to have one up front about here, kind of like the Catch 100 does, and maybe at some point, oh, I'm sorry, there's a third one over there. Can you see it over behind the cat? So that one is front facing, so I won't put another one here. I could if I wanted to. There's plenty of space, but I have one front facing, two rear facing, so I could fish with that one facing forward. Can't really see good. I'm not gonna move him. He's had a rough day. The wife got a cat last night, and he's not hurting it, but he doesn't like it. We have, it's kind of hard to see over there, but that device is for the rudder pull. Like, you can put it in there kind of as a stopper. It's like a rope stop, I guess is what you would call it. We see here the Ram X Premium. I was kind of nervous when I saw that because I know how flimsy the Challenger 100 was, but I also knew that was a budget kayak. This is not. This is $1,299 of pure glory for me. Nowhere near what a Hobie costs, but for me it's expensive. This is super thick Ram X material. It is plastic, you know, they all brand it their own way, but super thick, super nice. I like it. Scupper hole here. There's a scupper hole underneath the seat, but that's it. You know, the Hydrve hole, it's a big scupper hole itself. So one under the seat, one in the back, that's plenty. We do have, you'll see the rudder's kind of loose, because I haven't put it on there. Making sure I don't spill my wine. I don't want to wine stain my kayak. We do have this 4-inch hatch. We can take it out and we can access inside there. So if we had to work on where the rudder goes, we could easily get in there. You can kind of see the white cable. That's for the rudders. There's one going that way and one coming the other way. You know, take it out. You could also store stuff in there for extra storage when you were traveling. That's that. I don't trust it to be watertight. So anything I put in there, if I put like a wallet in there, it's still going to be in like a dry box or bag one, depending on, you know, what I have going in there. Drain plug. It's a little bit different from my last one. My last one was just when you push in there and kind of twist and it's just plastic. This one actually appears to lock down. Haven't checked it out yet. It locks down that way. I think it goes in. Okay. We got the rudder cables in the spot where the rudder is going to mount to. And we got the rudder, of course. In the Hydrve bag, it comes with the, what do you call this, your cable clamp downs. They're going to go up here on these screws. This metal piece is going to attach to the bottom. We're going to do all that on camera. Move these tools out of the way. The rudder does have a pull cable, so that when you're done with it or putting it down, you pull the cable one way like you would an anchor trolley, it flips it up, pull it the other way, it flips down, so you don't have to deploy the rudder before you get in the water. Not all kayaks have that. Like I was looking at the Hobie Mirage 12, Hobie Mirage Passport 12, let me get that straight because there's a difference there. I took some issues with it. One, it cost $400 more than it, had 0 features that this one doesn't have. I had a little bit higher weight limit, but this one's okay. In the rudder, you'd have to manually deploy it. So get in the water, you'd have to reach back and flip it out, or flip it out as you're getting in the water and put the kayak in rear first. And I don't do that. I put it in sideways most times and set it and then push off. We have 2 handles on the back. Again, they're not molded, but they're really solid filling. They're on there. I've lifted it up a few times. Left a piece of tape on there. You have the Hydrve fins, I guess is what you call them. See the construction cable, some chain. They'll move once I get the pedals in there and move them around some. They have a metal rod that slides down into here, and they send you 2 of these. It tells me you are likely to break them if you hit them on a rock or something. I'm sure that's a point of weakness. Comes with 2 foot pedals. The pedals, you push down and it snaps in to the Hydrve. You got to make sure you get it going the right direction though. And your foot pedals, they're padded, which is good because I either like to do barefoot or my regular shoes. This is the left side. The other side, I'm told, is good for if you had on boots. You can put it on there so you're not slipping or getting that muddy. I gotta take this screw out. So we take this mat, and that's also how you adjust the size. Like I know it may be kind of hard to see right now. There's various holes here. If you need it shorter, you pop it in the next hole. You need it bigger, pop it in the next. We're gonna go right in the middle to start. I'm not an overly big guy, but I think either the middle or the second to the front is probably what we need. I was expecting more of a click in, but it's in there. Perfect. Okay. And I think you're okay getting by hand cranking this. I can't imagine why you would possibly need maybe you think it's kind of tight. I was going to say, I can't imagine why you would possibly need to bring your socket set with you. I'll probably take it on the maiden voyage just in case it does start to come loose. I can tighten it some. But there you go. That's one side of the pedal system. Now, one thing about this pedal drive that you'll want to know, it is forward only, but that did not deter me. A good friend of mine on here, Abide Fishing, he gave me some advice, and he said one thing I definitely want is the ability to go in reverse. I couldn't fully get, just like one of the Hobies has the pull string to where you can pull it to go in reverse. A lot of kayaks have the pull levers you can do that with. Just for the price range I was going in and the features I was looking for, even the Hobie Mirage Passport 12 didn't have that. But something about this, the way it snaps in, you can pull it out, flip it, and reverse it almost instantly. And I mean almost instantly. Like I've watched people do it in videos. It's nothing. So I can be in reverse mode in just a couple of seconds, which, I may get in a hiccup here or there. But yeah, that's the deal. So what we have to do is take these nuts off the rudder, put this clamp on. My battery's getting a little low. We're 19 minutes into this video, so we're going to have to do some cutting. Because you guys won't watch a video that long. I know you fools. Actually, we're going to do that last. First, we're going to take this bolt off. And what we want to do is put this rudder bracket down here. So we take out these 2 screws and put the rudder bracket on the bottom. That'll make it easier in the end. Just snugging. Now, if I ever want to, I can always put some thread lock on there and hold that. I may do it if I feel like they're coming loose or one comes out and I've got to go to the hardware store and get some more bolts. We'll do that. Right now, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Slide that guy right down there. Get it down as far as we can. Ooh, I thought that would leave a little bit more space. We are going to need to get a socket and tighten down underneath there. That's okay though. Alright, it's actually giving me more than I thought. Okay. So we'll need something to hold up at the top, and then we'll need a socket on the bottom to tighten it down. Now, on my Pelican Challenger, I can normally get, I don't know, a couple miles per hour. If I really grind it, I could get a lot. I got really good at pedaling. I got really good at paddling. And nobody wants to be really good at paddling. You know, if I can pedal, why not? So before the spring gets here, I am going to purchase me a fish finder. If you have a suggestion, I'm all open for it. You know, I'm looking to stay in, you know, $300 to $400 range. Just back that out a little. Push that down some so it's easier for you to see. Put that one through. Do the same on this side. And we want to get this rudder initially straight. There we go. So what I'm going to do to make it easier to get it straight, I'm going to flip this guy up, put him down in the cockpit. I almost caught something dirty, but I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube. So you see how that works when you're hauling or transporting? You just put the strap over, and it hooks down. Hard to see on this side without light. Just like that, boom, over. I'm going to pull this tight. I don't want any resistance in it. I want That's good. We'll take this tool with us on the maiden voyage, just in case. Yeah, I don't like that. The cat's trying to play. It's doing its thing, but something in there is not right. Maybe it was just off that track a little. There we go. Okay. Put a couple of these in a trial before we fully go down. Oh no, that's good. Oh yeah. Alright. That's all the way over. That's that side. Barely turning it. I got it nice and tight. Okay guys. Let's try and flip this rudder up. Oh yeah. So it's kind of a two-party thing. You know, I think that'll loosen up though. Boom. Right, here it goes. Let me flip those pieces over. Ta-da. I got a pedal drive system. Alright guys, the Pelican Catch 110 Hydrve 2 is my new kayak. It's a pedal system. I can stand up in it. It's got a comfortable seat. It's pretty lightweight. It checks all the boxes I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to the maiden voyage tomorrow. I'm going out to Cemetery Island. It's going to be a cool video. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for stopping by. I'm excited to take this bad boy out, and we're going to get some fishing in the next couple weeks too. So we're back to kayak fishing soon. Later.